I never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully. Appreciate my standing, go out of this world and right on time. Oh, never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this. I'm far away from Earth and I wanna know if you exist. Mission control, do you read me? Send me my coordinates lately. Mission control, am I drifting? Tie me to someone who will love me.
I don't know about you guys, but if I'm gonna put something hot inside my body, like if I'm gonna eat or drink something hot, it's gotta burn my mouth or it's not hot enough. I feel like I'm not getting the heat experience if it's not burning my mouth, if I don't have to blow on it. It's just not hot enough. So, but it's Monday. It's time for another episode of Monday Coffee with the Doll, and this week I'm going to be talking about yes, you can. You don't get to just say you can't because other people try to make you feel bad for it. That's not okay. No, you don't deserve that. And we're gonna talk about it. So grab your cup of Joe and let's get to it. Okay, I'm gonna put this down before I burn myself. You guys know how I am. So how are you guys? It's been a week. We're back with another episode. Last week was kind of emotional. Something that somebody had left a comment about was if I could do like little spin-offs of episodes and kind of prolong the information that I give. And last week I talked about toxic relationships and the roles that they play in our lives. And she had asked, Miss Swiss, watcher Miss Swiss had asked like if I did another video on that topic and maybe talk about some of the things that, for instance, how I got out of an abusive relationship or a toxic relationship. What are some things that you need to do? So I was kind of thinking maybe I'll bring back Wednesday Daily Dose of Doll and pick a topic or kind of do an extended cut of something. It can be like Daily Dose of Doll, Monday Coffee 2.0. If you guys have specific questions about after you watch Monday Coffee, I could then take those and do kind of a little shorter midweek video. So if you guys think that that's a good idea, let me know in the comments below. So this week I wanted to talk about yes, you can. There are so many people who inbox me and a lot of the things that they're saying is I can't do this, or I can't, you know, enjoy, or I can't embrace something. And it usually goes along the lines of like their style or the way they do their hair or their makeup. And it's always the same. It's always that they feel like they have a specific calling on their life, or they have this specific interest that really gives them, it fits some missing piece in their life, and they have this pull towards it, but they can't pursue it because, you know, other people in their life are making them feel bad for it, or they're worried about, you know, what somebody else is going to say about them. And the one main thing that I can always come back to is I get so many emails with the sentence, I want to do pinup, or I want to dress vintage, but I can't because, and then it'll be followed with the exact same type of reason, and it always involves somebody else's opinion. And that immediately hurts my heart because that means that we are all starting to react just according to how other people feel about what we want to do with our lives. Like, it's so common, and you can't even really be too hard on yourself for it because we're kind of moving in a direction that everything that we do for ourselves, and I'm not just talking about like everything in general. I'm just talking about the choices that we specifically make in regards to our lives, who we are, what we want to be, our futures, what defines us as individuals. The really intimate things that only you yourself can really decide on, we're starting to not even give ourselves first choice in that. No, we're always allowing somebody else's opinion to supersede our own. Even in the way we dress, the things that we do, the color of our hair, how we wear our makeup. It's ridiculous. Y'all got your Monday coffee with the mug? I'm gonna call this the mug of positivity. That's what this is gonna be called. This is gonna be the Monday coffee with the doll mug of positivity, and you can get one of your very own mug of positivities from my friend forever above me. Great people, absolutely amazing. Get you a mug of positivity. But it's really depressing, and it's really sad, and it's really disheartening to know that so many of us can't even make personal choices without immediately feeling anxiety and stress that it's gonna upset somebody else in our lives. So we question it, or we just don't go through with it at all. I know for me, for instance, I am 100% recovering from being a people pleaser. Like, every choice that I ever made, anything I did for myself, came down to what somebody else thought or what somebody else wanted for me. And it took me a really, really long time, you know, to start moving away from that. And I'm not saying it's bad to not have people who inspire you or who you look to for, you know, your village that you come to and you say, hey, this is what I'm thinking about doing for myself and bettering myself, or my new career choice, or my new style choice. And those are the people that you know love you no matter what. The people who don't judge you, the people who purely want what's best for you. Those are the people you let have some say in what's going on with you, because those are the people who you know don't want anything else for you but happiness. And it's really hard to find those people. It's really hard to find those people, especially if you go back to our toxic relationships talk last Monday. You know, it can be some of the most important people in our lives who can be the most toxic for us. So that kind of goes hand in hand. You really have to learn and pay attention to who you're allowing in and out of your own energy space. And if it's not a positive addition, those opinions don't matter. But so many of us go around wanting to do things and wanting to pursue things and wanting to be certain ways, but we don't do it because we're terrified that people aren't gonna like us and they're not gonna accept us. And I know I'm 100% somebody who struggles with that even now, not as much as I used to, but it's kind of like when I first got into pinup, I was scared. I didn't think that I could do that. I didn't think I could be rockabilly chick or do pinup modeling. And then when I did get into it, I got totally bullied by people who introduced me to the lifestyle, who I looked up to. So that was kind of a personal hit. It wasn't just strangers. You know, and then for a really long time, I lived in the way that I felt like I had to prove myself. I had to prove that I was good enough. I had to prove that I belonged in pinup. I had to prove, you know, all my haters wrong. And I felt like I couldn't be or express myself in any other way but that. So I went from like one extreme to the next. And you have to be really careful, because we kind of get lost in trying to make other people happy. And I got to the point where I was just really run down. I felt like I was constantly trying to portray this specific persona to make so many other people happy that I kind of lost the love that I had for it in, you know, in the very beginning. And it wasn't something that I loved, that, you know, I was passionate about, but something that I felt like I had to portray, or I was gonna let people down, or people were gonna bully me, or I was gonna be called a poser again. And that's kind of one of those things that builds up, you know, the more we allow people to control how we live our lives, the more we kind of stop being able to even sense that we're doing it. It's okay to have human moments. You're gonna mess up. You're gonna let somebody hurt your feelings. You're gonna have hard days. You're gonna go through those waves. But I think it's important that we catch ourselves and then we correct our behavior, and you know, we say no, you know, what that person thinks about me doesn't matter. What matters is that I'm happy, I love what I'm doing is healthy for me, it's good for my mental state, it's good for my creative personality. You know, these are the things that are good that are coming from it. Just because this person doesn't like that I'm doing it shouldn't be the defining choice in how I live my life. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? I feel like it does. But you can't continue living every single day of your life going, well, I don't want to dress this way because people are gonna say something mean to me or people are going to judge me. But I mean, if you really think about it, we are all consistently being judged the same amount from the same people. There's nobody in this world that doesn't walk out of their house and go somewhere into public and get judged by somebody. And that person who's judging more people is also getting judged. And then that person doing the judging is getting judged by these people. You know what? We're just a constant revolving door of people focusing on how other people are living their lives, how other people are portraying their personalities. And in turn, we're not even focused on ourselves and what makes us good people, or what defines us as human beings, or where we're putting all of our energy. Are we putting it into negative things, judging other people, or are we putting it into positive things and living out our passions and our best lives? I think a lot of people are doing the latter. I'm just saying. But it's hard to not care what people think right now. It's kind of like one of the biggest defining actions of our time. But you have to stop caring. You really, really do. You waste so much time caring about what Joe Blow up the street has to say that you're missing out on exploring different ideas and different avenues of who you are. I feel like we really go through a lot of different stages in life and we become different ourselves. Like, we become different pieces of what makes us who we are at the end of our road. And if you're letting people, you know, take big chunks of that out, you're missing out on all the experiences and all the things that you were gonna learn while you were in that phase of who you are, that phase of your life, that phase of defining persona. And it's a big hit to your all around aura. I feel like I'm talking fancy hippie talk. Must be all the CBD products I take. Ayo! I guess I'm gonna say in closing is that you can do the things that you want to do. You can experience the things that you want to experience. You can take those leaps down, you know, a new track in life. And it's already scary enough making those choices for yourself, because you are the one ultimately living with the outcome of the choices that you make. And that's a lot of pressure, and that is a lot to put on your shoulders. And why put other people's negative opinions, like, there's always pros and cons of everything, but there's outside opinions that are literally just the cons. Why are you gonna let them dominate the entire idea of whatever it is you want to do with your life? If you want to, you know, dye your hair bright blue, but everybody else in your town is gonna think that you're from the devil, let them think you're from the devil. Let them worry. Let it eat away at them. Don't let it eat away at you. I mean, you're not doing anything wrong and you're definitely not hurting anybody. So if they want to be full of just that unsettled grossness because they're mad at somebody else for doing something that they don't agree with, let them be salty stew. Let them just stew in that salt. So this week's Monday Coffee Kisser is brought to you by LA Girl Metal Liquid Lipsticks. Let LA Girl put the metal metallic on your lips. So I'm wearing shade GML 864. That's the shade Lustrous. I'm a little broke out. Don't pay attention to that. That's life. It's a really good, comfortable, long-lasting lipstick. It does have a metallic sheen. It's not necessarily 100% transfer proof, but I'm mostly just transferring right here where it gets moist from my lips. Moist. But it's honestly, it wears really well, and when it does start to wear off, you can't really tell. It's one of those that wears down. I mean, it looks good. It doesn't look a hot mess. But I really like it. It's light. It's comfortable. They come in a lot of different shades. I got mine at Walgreens. They're pretty cheap, but that's LA Girl. You'll be able to find a link for it down below. I got a little bit on my coffee cup, but again, it's not too bad. It's a really light whipped lipstick, but I really like it. Also, be sure to check out Forever Above Me. They are an amazing company and brand that like to inspire others, and we definitely need more of that in this world. As well as our sponsor, Two Feather Plugs. Look at these bad boys. These are my turquoise hoops that I got from my friends at Two Feather Plugs. Won a gift card, so naturally I got some of my favorites are their hand-carved wood. I'm a big wood plug wearer, hanger wearer. That's my favorite, but when I don't, I've been really wanting a pair of turquoise hoops. I really like these. They're super light and comfortable. I shower in them, sleep in them. They're great. But that concludes our episode of Monday Coffee with the Doll. Like I said, if you guys want to have a daily dose of doll in the middle of the week to expand on each topic, feel free to drop it in the comments below. Let me know what on this episode you would like me to expand on, and then maybe I can do like a short little 10-minute skiddly-do in the middle of the week. But thank you for watching. Remember that I love you. If you think that this is worth sharing with the rest of the world, feel free to share. That always helps my channel grow. Make sure to check me out on the other social media platforms that I have listed below. And I mean, other than that, I love your faces. So remember, these are the days that fill your week. Make them amazing and help make others make theirs amazing too. So, till next time, bye!